Here comes the Clarity series brought to you by Inspiration Side and hosted by Chris. It's about to be a long ride, and I guess you are very ready to get some clarity, discover, recover, uncover, and don't forget like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell.
It's another episode of the Clarity series, and today we're examining what seems to be like a background of what you learn. You learn something because somebody teaches you, or you know something because somebody decides to transfer knowledge, and the person decides to share what they know with you. And so we are going down that lane today. From the title, it's the education degree, and I have a very amazing educationist in the house to talk to us this day whenever you're watching it. Yeah. Hi, Esther.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to see you and nice to meet you here again.
Thank you
Uh,
for having me
thank
here.
you for thank you for joining us on the Clarity series.
Thank you.
And to everyone, just so you know, Esther is a dynamic educator, the strategic leader, and a dedicated advocate for educational equity. As a Teach for Nigerian fellow based in Lagos, she brings over 5 years of specialized expertise in senior secondary biology. Our data driven instructional methods have resulted in exceptional student performance in WAEC, JAMB, and post UTME. All of these are Nigerian exams just before you get into the university. If you don't pass them, you go nowhere. And she has seen our students successfully transition into prominent tertiary institutions. Our work is rooted in the belief that education must address the whole system and the whole essence of life. So you're welcome to the Clarity series. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Um, yeah, this is one of the many conversations I like to have because I don't know, I kind of feel some people don't like education, or as a degree to study in school, some people feel is when you didn't pass some of the exams you like mentioned earlier. Why example CHME, like maybe when you don't reach the cut-off mark, then it's like just so we don't waste our efforts, let her just go and do education. Or just so it's not like we are wicked in this school, just throw them in education. So let me start by asking, did you choose education to study in school or were you given education?
I was
Which one?
expecting this question. I was expecting this question.
Yeah.
So I would say that okay. I would say it's the mixture of both.
Mm,
Um, because I didn't go into like I didn't write jam and pick okay let me do education. That wasn't like the idea. But my mom is a retired teacher, so I knew I was in the field one way or the other. So I saw the way she related to her students, and it just got me like, oh, this is much. It is something very tangible, right?
yeah.
Then I think fast forward, okay, backward. Let's take it back to junior school where they're having this question of if you want to be a teacher, raise up your hand, all of those things.
Mm,
Students normally we won't raise up our hands for teachers, but I
yeah.
think deep down, I remember just as to deep down, I was like, I'm sort of cool with being a teacher as far
Mm.
as they pay me reasonable. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, but along the line, necessary, I still didn't pick teaching as a profession.
Okay.
I was exposed to a lot of seminars, so I was really passionate about making impacts. I wanted to do something. I wanted to help people have a better life, and that
Yeah.
was like because so when I came, we had what's the name? Jam jammed me.
Oh my god.
That jammed me the first year. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, okay. Now I went for medicine and surgery. Uh, very funny. Maybe I can't stand blood. Very, very
Oh god.
interesting. So I had to register second year, and I think I
Okay.
still put nutrition and dietetics. I did meet up with my school post UTME. So the school redirected me to their education campus, a faculty of education outside the main campus. I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is not bad per se. Let me see what's about. So I started the course. 100 level, I had this conversation. In fact, I was trying to, when I was trying to like say, oh, when I was come and say, yo, that's Holy Spirit just reminded me about that conversation of
Mm,
I had this thought. I'm like, do I want to do this for a long time? Do I want to be in education field? We know what it's because I see an opportunity, or maybe I could still decide to not continue with it. So
mm-hmm.
that conversation came up, and the spirit just asked me, you said you wanted to make impacts. Where do you
Yes.
think you can make the most
Maximum.
impact? in the world?
Yes. Yes.
Just clicked education. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
okay. Do this. So
Oh,
as I'm saying, it's like it's been a passion, but at the same time, I
yeah.
didn't like pick it at the same time. So a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's really a mixture, but I think I like your experience. My mom's a teacher too, and yeah,
No one.
the system always following her too. I mean, I schooled in the school she was teaching in from KG to like SS3.
Ah,
So once I'm done in my class, I'm going to her class to wait till she's done. So like teaching is everything, but somehow I
mhm.
still always feel like I can't study education and I don't want to be a teacher. Oh no. But yes, I don't want to be a teacher. But it's annoying because I find myself teaching. Like teaching is part of whatever I'm doing. If I'm making impact, if I'm sharing knowledge, it is teaching.
Yeah.
I think the only issue I know I have that I have confirmed is that I cannot teach those small children. See those tiny children.
You say
They
I
test my
can't.
patience. And I think that's one of the things I want to ask you next. Like teaching, like sharing knowledge with someone, and it's okay if I just want to tell you, oh, biology is study of human beings and or study of life, and I just want to leave it at that. But when you want to teach somebody to ensure that the person understands, you want to
Yeah.
teach to the point of assimilation, to the point
Yes.
of conviction, point of knowing and being able to like after I've taught you, you can still go back to it days or months after, still remember and reflect. It takes like insisting on the person. It takes patience because people have different ability to grasp what you're saying. So how do you like manage to do all of this? Like I will teach you from not knowing to knowing. That's 2 points. How do you do it?
Okay. I'd say first of all, okay, then how do I do it? I went to school, I
Yeah.
studied education. So there is the pedagogical aspect of education where science is not just that is one thing that sort of almost discouraged me from going into education. The fact that most times you see, but I think it's a little bit copped now than previously. Anybody just enters the classroom and they are teaching. How?
Mm,
So there is the science to learning, there's the psychological aspect, there's the philosophical aspect, which you'll be
yeah.
trained in the school for all of that. So I,
Mm-hmm.
I think the training helped me. There are ways
Okay.
that you look at the child and know that the child is not hearing you. This person is looking at you, but he's not following. He has left you. He has left you in that group chat. So it
Yeah.
just this. I feel like the training has helped me so far, and also also it will still fall back to passion because a lot of people go to school but at the same time they can't actually practicalize what they've learned in school. So there you have to
Yes.
be passionate about it. You have to also have the skill, the knowledge on how exactly learning takes place. How do you take a child from unknown to known?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's the skill. It's the skill aspect. It's not just you coming to class and pouring it out and you
Mm,
just say, "Oh, I'm done with class." No, and it's just I'll still fall back to the skill, but again, passion too also plays a critical role
yes.
because we have different types of um, method of teaching depending on
Mm-hmm.
the age grade. Even apart from age
Yes.
grade, depending on what you want to teach and all of those things like that. But all of the foundation is that if you don't go to school to learn about these things,
You, yes.
you
Yes.
will still
Yes.
not know about it. So even though you can be passionate about teaching someone to help them
Mm,
see, you still need to learn the skill of teaching, of
teach-
communicating, of making a child. And it's not just you coming to pour. Like you said, a child has to be able to assimilate, then be able to pour back
yeah.
that thing and stand on its own,
Mm,
even outside of the teacher. And that's like the method I use majorly for my own way of teaching. So yeah, you can be passionate, but you could actually be passionate about it in a very wrong way
Wrong
and
way.
end up facing. So I think going to school
Interesting.
to learn.
Yeah, so skill and passion. Okay, I think I'll just hold on to that. Like that's fine. So now let's go back to let's go to education in the classroom. That's somebody studying education. How was it
Okay.
like for you? Like your course period, the modules you asked. One of the questions I ask people is when you get to school and you're like, okay, maybe I would learn this, I would learn that. But sometimes they bring you a course and you're like, why do I have to learn it? But later you get to realize this course is important. Like maybe they come to you now and say you have to learn communication skills, and you're like, why do I need to learn communication in education? Maybe biology education. So, like, can you run us through how it was like taking year by year in school?
Okay. So I think for me, school life was a lot of interesting. I studied education biology and I had to pick a minor. So that means I was doing general educational courses and also doing biological courses, also offering chemistry courses. One of the I always loved general courses. Of course I like biology, but education was like the main thing that got me excited. And I think for me, what it was for me was having to go to class. So this is it, right? Personally, I do not want to use my my mode of learning, my mode of going through school, because
Mm,
I placed myself on a higher standard in the sense that I owe my learning process to myself. I take ownership for it. So
mm.
I don't want to generalize because there's
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
cases you want to go to school to be taught these things, but now the lecturer tells you, say, you're a university student, get material, read it by yourself, which
Mm,
in some cases they are not actually wrong because university deal with it. But I think I was lucky enough to have lecturers that were able to pour into me, pour into
okay.
us generally. Because again, I didn't go to the main campus. I went to like the let me say the in quote private school of the main campus. We were
Okay.
paying so much, we were not so much also in number. So we had like easy access to lecturers that were willing to like pour
Mm,
into us. So I had that. I also had ownership for my learning process in the sense that I'll go outside of school, study materials, and so that was what school was like for me. I enjoyed the process of learning. I do enjoy learning, right? So it wasn't like even when there were cases whereby lecturer will come to school and will not actually do anything reasonable. But when it comes to exam, I still have to take out time to like go back into the material,
yes.
read up, read up,
Mm,
and I think that is one of the things that also drive me the way I teach my students. Actually, take ownership for your learning process. It will help you a lot. So I think that was that for me during school. I had lecturer aspirants and also like pushed myself to take ownership for my learning process.
mm. Okay, yeah, that's fair. What were the perspectives of some of your colleagues towards the course? I mean, we will not always see the course. For me, I had that experience. My classmates were not seeing the course the way I was seeing it. And they were not even
Yeah.
seeing the lecturers the way I see my lecturers. Like they were always having issues with with the lecturers. And I have till date, I have like very good relationship with all my lecturers. So we
Yeah.
are human beings, we all have like different perspective. Some are like, let me just come, do it and bounce off school.
Yes.
So how was it like maybe being with somebody that you are not thinking alike, but you have to make things work as students together?
Honestly, it was a lot. It was a lot because like you said, you are passionate about something. Someone else is not passionate about it,
Yeah.
and you won't entirely blame them because some people just wanted to have a degree and move on with
Mm-hmm.
their life. They don't plan on practicing with the degree. So
Yeah.
I think it also helped me learn to work with different people because you have to work together as groups and the rest. So I think it's okay. Some of them are working with it, some of them are not even in education line at all.
Yeah.
I think that the experience that comes with learning of going through education as a whole is something they can transfer across other fields. So even though they did
Yes.
not have the maybe the passion, the perspective that I had towards education, they still you mean you have to pass now. You don't want to have carryover. So they
Yeah.
still have to do the work. Then let me just get my degree and bounce. And it's very
Mm.
funny that people that I thought that they won't even go into education, they're currently in education line doing quite
Wow.
well. Yes.
Wow.
Some of them I'm so surprised. Like you actually stayed. So it's I feel like education is a skill that can be transferred
Mhm.
to other aspects. So
Yeah.
the idea working with them, we have to pass this course. So everybody, let's do the work. Nigerian
Yeah.
mentality. Like I'm just here
Mm-hmm.
for the
Just do
nothing
it and
personal.
leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it was cool working with them. We had different people. Some were passionate, some were passionate, and that's the whole experience of university life for me.
Mm-hmm. So what courses did you take? Like anyone you can remember? What are the
Eh,
courses?
I think
And
about
you think they were difficult, maybe?
difficult course. Let me think. Which course was difficult? So the thing is, I actually enjoyed difficult. actually enjoy difficult courses
Okay.
because most people will term as difficult because
Yeah,
I want to show myself that I'm capable.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I enjoy the process. So so it's difficult for me to actually say this course is difficult or this course. But I
Difficult.
think
Yeah.
one course that people generally had issue with was statistics. That's you see 203. So I remember the course code.
Mm.
You see, you see 203 gave people issues because it's a general course about statistics. That's I
Okay.
think there may be education, philosophy of education, because it's abstract. Some people had issues with it.
Mm.
Psychology, research. Some people had issues with research too.
Yeah.
Then if I was getting into my departmental courses, a lot of my departmental courses, a lot of my departmental courses, both two for one or two and for one, both me, this like this. That
Okay.
one gave me that one personally for me was tough. Because why am I learning these things? So we have to
Okay,
learn.
that's plants.
Yes, yes, my sister plants. We have to learn all this. I don't believe this.
Less scientific names. And
To
yeah.
do them to draw their shape, all of those things. And I'm like, bro, can we just get over this chorus? But I think again, it was this is quite simple. I remember
Yeah.
that course. Was it Zoo 241 or I can't remember.
Zoology.
Zoology. Thank you. All those courses, eh? Ha! Then another major one. So they brought this one 300 level. And till today, I still don't know why we had to do that course. You can get it. You know that course, biochemistry. Why?
Oh,
Why?
I don't want to share my experience of biochemistry because I think okay, there's an episode of biochemistry coming out, or maybe it's out already. I also had issues with biochemistry, 200 level. I did.
Okay. Oh, they brought us 300 level, and it wasn't funny.
Biochemistry is not funny. It's not.
Is why are people studying that course?
No, it's actually good in the real sense. Like when I had the episode with the person I invited,
Yeah, I
she's
said.
a biochemist too. Like she's very good. Did biochemistry for her masters as well. And as she was talking, I was just like, it has to be you.
It has
It's
to
just
be
it can't be me. it
honestly.
can't be
Honest.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
but biochemistry is. I mean, the exam I did for biochemistry. I actually did the exam to just pass. I didn't do it for knowing sake because I did not understand. So it was
Something.
just let me learn to pass the exam and I'm done.
That's
But I think that's
I
nice.
mean, that course I know personally for me was difficult. That one was difficult.
That one, yeah, yeah.
BCH and so oh
Very,
my
very interesting. So, how did your course go? Like, did you have something like an IT period? People have tra- I've forgotten what people call it that in
teaching practice.
teaching practice. Yeah, yeah. How was it? And
Okay,
do
so
you find it to be very necessary?
Yes, very, very important. Very, very, very important. So it's done twice during the 4 years, especially the 4 year course. So you person would go for it, I think 200 level, and so on when you're about to enter 300 level. It depends on the school, actually. It depends on the school. Some people do their 6 months at a stretch. So why some people
Mm,
do 3 months interval. So they do it twice. If it's 6 months, they do it once.
okay.
And for my school, we did it twice. I did mine in command secondary school. I went
Oh,
to a country school. I did it at the same school. I did it at the same school both times. So
okay.
I think it's very, very, very important. Very, very important because this is where you actually have the opportunity to practicalize what you've learned. It's not just theory, theory, theory. You need to go
Yeah.
into the field and actually learn how
Mm,
what it really really is like to teach. And it's
yeah.
helped me personally because okay, though I already had teaching experience before going to school. I taught
Mm,
in one private school. I taught nursery too, and I told myself that was going to be the last time you wouldn't ever see me again. So I had that, but then now had the opportunity to practice teaching
mm,
biology when I was studying in school. So
yeah.
it helped me a lot to know how to teach better, how to teach concepts better. And personally for me, because I'm all about impact, I was
Mm,
able to I was able to see those students. It was a boarding school. In fact, some
yeah.
of the parents' contact from that time, I wasn't a teacher, like a full teacher at that time. I still have their contact up to now. There are a lot of things
Wow.
that we did in that school. And it was so it just made me like, yeah, this is something that I want to do. And I feel like it's important also because for some people that are not sure if they want to go into this field, you have
Yeah. We can
a
know.
final yes to know if you want this or you do not want this. So
Yeah.
that's why if you can stay in classroom for 3 months or 6 months, you know if you want to do this thing for
Or
a
you don't.
long time or if
Yes.
you get a certificate and move on with your life. So very, very important. Very, very important. Let me say.
Yeah, the reason why I asked is this is a conversation I hope to have with I don't know who, but I know I want to have that conversation. Like IT, industrial training, internships, even NYSC, that are they important? And in your case, teaching practice because yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
also have realized that having that practical experience helps to solidify what you learn in class
Yes.
before you like go full all out into the career practice fully. So yeah, it's really nice. So when you go for teaching practice, how are you, did I say graded? What are the things your supervisor looks out for and like sends a report?
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so to piggyback on what you said the other time about like you wanting to have a question about IT if it's necessary, I think it's because it has been abused and not
Mm,
properly done. Because
okay.
I feel like personally the essence I don't think it should be graded in a way. I think the idea of giving it grades is so that people will take it seriously. Because okay, this is how it is done for my field, education. You would actually go to a school, you'll be posted to a school, depending on whatever if they want to post you themselves or you bring a letter from the school, but you shall be in a school, you definitely be in a school. You
Yeah.
have you'll be assigned to what's it called now? Corporate teacher, that's what we call them.
Yes.
Someone else that is already in the field in that school, they are
Mm,
assigned to that teacher. Then you also have a supervisor that comes to check maybe all of you in that school or some of you in that school, depending on what it's like. Right.
okay.
So it's more like a phase where you are permitted to make mistakes, but it is not that mistake part has been
Mm,
eroded because people just come, even the supervisors that I think supervisors have to be blamed also. Thankfully enough for me, I got I think some about one or two of the supervisors that came from me. One came and she said either he or she, I can't remember now, but I know about two of them said the same thing of we're not coming here to just mark you down, make
mm,
errors will correct you. That is the idea. But
mm,
when supervisors come, they attach grades to this thing. So people are not so even it depends on the supervisor anyway. If the person knows what he or she is actually doing, if a person makes mistake at that phase, you shouldn't let it reflect on the person's grade. I mean, there's some mistakes that this person is just very unserious. Like
Yeah.
maybe let's say you're not preparing to come to class, but people could actually get stage fright. People could actually miss. You will just know that this mistake is because it's beyond this person at this particular point, not a
Yeah.
deliberate mistake, right? So people have actually eroded the main essence of teaching practice. Okay, right now where I teach, I was able to have teaching practice students last term,
Okay.
right? It was exciting for me. Like just last year, I mean, 2 years ago, a few years ago, I was a president. I have teaching
Yeah.
practice students to me, but at the same time, I noticed that there was a very large difference. The professors were not serious. They paid
Mm.
them, and so once you pay, right? So why want to take the thing serious anymore? So the kind of supervisors coming in now at this, so I'm speaking about now, why I
Yeah.
think that they've eroded the old essence of it is because the kind of supervisors, I won't generalize it, but the ones I've seen so far, they are not doing the work. They're supposed to come, check the student lesson notes. You have to be writing lesson note every week.
Yeah.
You ought to go to class. You're dressing. You will stay with that. Someone tells a child. You will stay with the student teacher and watch her teach. That is
Mm.
the essence. So when they are done with whatever they want to do, they will
Yeah.
come have a feedback session with you and tell you, okay, this is what you could have done better. This is how to do this. That is the essence of teaching practice. Apart from making your supervisor, you learn from the school. Your corporate teacher is there to
Yes.
all. But also some corporate teachers, they not really help the process. But let's just say that we still have a lot of good ones
Some
so
that
far.
will. Yeah.
So as corporate teacher, learning about the school entirely, the way the school is run, having relationship with parents, the
Mm.
principal, all of those. It's just see, come and learn work. That's what it's supposed to be. But now they attach grades to it. Even my time, they attach grades to it. So of course, I would want to tread very cautiously. In fact, some people pay their supervisors. So if you're paying a supervisor, what's the test? There's no need. Let's just scrap it. Like, but
That's
I think we
true.
still have like it's very important. If we can actually ensure that the process is one that actually yields the right result it ought to yield, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
I think that's something we need to work on. Yeah, things are changing, like you said. So the student
Yeah.
is serious and somehow the supervisor is not. Amazing. That was a thought I was having. Okay, I was coming from I went for a volunteering this morning and I was just coming and really that was a thought I had. Like something that I wanted to work on was like AI in academic research. And something that came to my head was nowadays we don't have I'm sorry to say this if any lecturer watching this, but we don't have serious lecturers as well as we don't have serious students. So if the
Yeah.
lecturer is a lazy lecturer, the lecturer will most likely bypass anything AI will bring because lecturer also doesn't know and is not ready to guide you in the correct way. So student is using AI, lecturer is using AI because of like seriousness and dedication and passion for what they are doing. So I
Mm,
think I really understand what you are saying about like the supervisors also not doing the right
mm.
thing. So you mentioned something about dressing. Dressing,
Yes.
how do you comport yourself as it? How should you comport and present yourself as a teacher?
I think you should. There's a general saying, dress the way you want to be addressed. And I think dressing is the major thing that actually pushed people away from education. Because you see teachers dress back in the days, you see them dress and you're looking like, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to dress like this. So I
Yeah.
think dressing is very important, especially for being around kids. It's
Yes.
important that you dress in an attractive manner. Of course, not sexually, but
Actually.
in a way that makes people want to be like you. Because this kid literally wants to be like most of the teachers they see, maybe not the teaching
Mhm.
profession, but when them say, I want to be like Auntie Kenny, I want to be like this. So
Yeah.
it's very important the way we dress. The way we dress is very important. You dress corporately, dress in a smart way.
Mhm.
You don't have to wear except if it's just a personal preference, right? But dress smartly. Let me just use that word. I don't want to
Yes.
go into so I don't tamper it, but just dress smartly and dress in a very decent manner. I think
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah,
Male
yeah.
and
That's
male and female. Because I
male
feel
and
like
female.
females are better, but you see male, you still have a long way to go. A very long way.
Mm.
Very long
Get
way,
them
yeah.
first. That's important. So, what is ethics like in education? Like, are there ethical considerations or things that you have to be ethically sure of in like how you teach, how you relate with the kids?
Yes. So yeah, there are several ethics in education. I think that with the influx of AI, it has brought in more discourse around that also. But even prior to AI, we have ethics in the way you, of course, like you mentioned, where you relate to your students. You have to
Mm,
be careful. It's very easy for a student to have a crush on a teacher, very very easy, so you have to learn how to manage that relationship. People see me and they, because of my small, let's say small stature size,
yeah,
they ask me, oh, how are you able to handle, they're able first of all shocked that I'm working in a government school to start. It's not that I was, I'm a student teacher. Even today self they still said to, I'm a
really.
student teacher, yeah. They sort of feel like I'm a student teacher and I'm like, no, I'm not. So the next question that comes to their mind is, oh, how you able to handle those kids and what's not. So
Yeah,
I think, yeah, you handle them. I'm their teacher. That's one of the things you learn in school too. So you have to be careful with the kind of relationship you have with them. You don't want
mm,
to be you don't want to be too free. You also don't want to be very rigid, because these kids have to be able to approach you, to talk to you
yes,
about certain things. But at the same time, this is they're in a teenage, maybe because I'm in secondary school, there's a teenage phase where they can easily catch feelings and all of those things, so you want to watch that. And
mm,
another ethics is, I think for AI now, apart from even AI itself, uploading student pictures,
yes,
you need to be very careful about that, very very careful about that. I think for Lagos State they don't even permit it, but for my projects I do that. But for the
okay.
next project I'm working on, we gave them a parents consent form, and there was a space for them to pick if they don't want their child captured. So,
Yeah,
um, that is one of the ethics that we have. Also, again, going back to student teacher relationship, some schools do not permit engaging after school hours, like maybe
mm,
late nights alone. See, these are those things that you don't want to just implicate yourself. I think there was a case I
yeah.
saw films, I didn't go into it, about a teacher that was being sued, something, a child died in her hand.
Oh my
It was
God.
just a very, very, I think they finally released that because they finally she was finally seeing that she wasn't the one that caused it. But it could be
Mm-hmm,
as a reason to be engaging with our child, even
mm-hmm.
going as far as sharing food, drinks is very
Yes,
risky.
yeah,
That's one I'm still trying to learn, because I'm a, oh yeah, take, have it now. This one, but you just need to be very, very careful about it, because you don't
mm,
know what works for that person, for that child's stomach, or
yes.
maybe an issue from the house, and you just out of your good heart
Just
give the
because of
child
what you give. Yeah.
problem.
Hmm.
Problem. And I think these are just like the few ethics that I know. Of
Okay.
course, the way you handle your class, the way you
Mm.
teach, we use certain words. But I know in Nigeria, yeah, well, you shouldn't use.
We are getting better, please. We are getting.
Say those shouldn't be a lot to deal with. Honestly, as a Christian, I myself I struggle, because I struggle a lot. You can say today, I'm not going to call any child, you are very silly, or are you okay? But
They'll provoke
children,
you.
I'm telling you, they will so provoke you. And the way they
Yeah.
act, are you possessed? There's something wrong with you. So I don't blame them, but
Or
it's
you'll be
just,
saying, Holy Spirit, just help me because I
please,
will beat somebody's child.
sometimes,
Oh,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
it's a
So I
lot.
think
It's
that
a lot. I mean,
one
dealing with kids. Yeah, dealing
honest.
with kids can be a lot. So, back to the title of this thing, that is the education degree.
Okay.
Have you experienced or like seen somebody that experienced something and they're like, their degree is an issue? Of course, I think with education, you graduate with a bachelor of education degree.
Yeah.
where somebody comes to say, "Oh, she just has a beard." Oh." I think that's what we call it. Like, did they
Yeah,
make
I
you
feel
feel
like
inferior?
inferior never flashed my mind.
Okay.
I feel like, so the thing is, the the society, we at first we do not understand what education is as a whole, Africa as a whole. I think some
Mm,
other countries are better. Nigeria is still, we do not understand the essence of education. Countries like Finland has one of the best education system in the world.
yes,
Well,
yes.
do you know how they recruit? I heard, I need to fact check this, but I think also it online. They recruit the best of each class back into their system as educators. Now, the
Wow.
fact that it is, yes, do you know it takes a whole lot to be able to pass an information across to a person, and the
Yeah.
person can actually understand what you are saying, not just one child, two children, three children with diverse learning methods, and you still have
Yes.
to meet that need. There's something that we say in education: if you can't simplify it yet, you don't know it.
Mm,
You have to say it in simple terms. If you can't say it's too complex, you don't know it yet. So it takes a whole lot. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why our society is like this, why we do not rate education. That's why a teacher's salary is literally trash,
yes.
because we do not see the value in education, and it is very obvious in our system, very
Mm-hmm.
very obvious. See it in the society that a country that does not rate the education system is going to be very obvious. That's why we see youths that will come out and they're pursuing things that does not matter. They're all
Yeah.
about TikTok and the rest, and it's
Yeah.
not society at a at large. So yes, I think I've heard of situation whereby someone says, not to me because I'm gonna clear you.
True.
Right. People do not some people could have issues with saying that, oh, I just did education in school. I didn't just do education in school. I'm an educator, and that is a whole lot. A whole lot. And I think again, it's a personal thing. You understanding what you are doing.
Mm,
You know that if you literally understand what you are doing as a person, nobody
mm,
comes to you and says trash. You put them in
yes.
their place. That's
Yes.
that's the thing. So if we actually understand what education is all about, what my role is as an educator, one of the principal I run with is the fact that I'm raising individuals that can contribute meaningfully to the society. At the end of the day, I don't want my children to finish school or pass through me. I cannot make a sound decision.
Yeah.
And that's
Mm,
the ripple effect. You see it everywhere, because you can't tell me a sane person is smoking
mm,
and you know the harmful effect, and you still inhale all of those things. you
yes.
you rather dress in a way that is just, we see it now, that the education system in Nigeria is not rated. So I think, yeah, we have that mindset that, oh, teacher ni, right?
Yes.
But
It's
I
just,
think when they see, I think those that have engaged with me so far, and the way they see me talk about education system, they know that it's not just you teaching. There's a whole lot. You are molding lives literally. You're literally holding lives. And I'm also very passionate about what is happening outside the classroom. I like
yes.
biology, right? But I really love outside of the classroom. I'm talking about mindset change. I'm talking about being passionate about something, growing, thinking big,
Mm,
thinking outside of your community. So
yeah.
you very funny to say this, but I've personally come to terms with the fact that not all my students will go to university, and that is perfectly okay. In
Mm,
fact, the system normally is that a child will finish from
from sec-
senior school,
yeah.
so from secondary school, and be able to function independently. I'm able to function independently even without going to university, right?
Okay.
So in some of this, we do not understand these things. That is why it feels as if, oh, you're just teaching, she's just a teacher, and that's it. So I think it's personal understanding the person of who you are, and
Yeah.
also society's perception of education that would cause such.
That's quite a good one, and I think it's really a lot to unpack. I mean, having a mom that is in the educational system, and like you said, the way people see them, the amount of money being paid and everything. Like when I see some of these things, I'm like, no. And even it still extends to university. I was telling one of my professors in school that, oh, I want to be a lecturer. That's the one I know I can handle. Like teach adults. I want to be a lecturer. And the first thing he told me was, Grace, but so only be like, there's no money in
Yeah.
lecture. And I was like, wow. I mean, this is a professor that is like a consultant. He head our senior lab, like one of the best labs in my school. And he was not telling, he was like, there's no money in this thing. He was like, so it came back to what you said, like passion. It was like, ensure you are passionate about it before you get into it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if you can say it, I mean, I have to accept it. But I really just hope that our educational system gets better
Yeah.
because sometimes I feel if everybody doesn't want to be a teacher and if they are not teaching well, is it that we'll have schools that will be closed down or we'll just be chunking out, we'll be pushing out graduates that don't know anything and secondary school graduates as well that don't know anything, half baked people, and just putting them into the society. But God
That's
will help us. So let's see tech in education
Mm.
before you write with before they write with chalk. They write lesson notes by hand. Some people don't even write lesson notes by hand again. Some schools don't even use whiteboard. Some are probably now doing projection, digital live. So, how have you personally seen? How have you experienced tech in education personally? And what are the things you can like foresee, or maybe things that you desire that okay, I wish tech can come into this aspect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for this question. This is one I love talking about so much. So I'm actually into education technology.
Oh wow,
Yeah. So I think my introduction was actually cut short. I'm just seeing it now. Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm currently doing my master's in education technology. So it's quite an interesting field, I must say.
okay,
I work in a remote community, have had the opportunity to interact with tech
okay,
personally and maybe in school also. Scarcely in school, but personally,
yeah.
yeah. So we have schools whereby they use whiteboard, they use what's more that board again? I've forgotten the name right now. This
Is
the
it
one
the
where
one
they write.
that
Is
you
it
write
what?
on?
The one that you could write on it, you could send in your slides to it. The name
Yeah.
was so those kind of I've been able to experience those things. But honestly, I will tell you that we do have a very long way to go in
Hmm.
Nigeria, especially the public system. Even the private schools, I feel like it's just the top schools that actually like um, infiltrate tech into their day to day processes.
Okay.
But to talk about the benefits of tech, I feel like tech has changed the landscape of education entirely. And it's not just even in, yeah, we have educational tools like the whiteboard and all of those things. But there's something that is very rampant now, AI on our phones. So even if schools are not able to have the structures, the infrastructures that could actually facilitate tech in education. We see students now, they just pick up their phone, they search this thing, blah, blah, and they get their
Yeah.
results, images,
Hmm.
pictures, whatever they want. They can easily get it. There's a positive, there's negative to it, but of course, we'll go
Yes.
there. Right. So I think we still have a long way to go because in most schools you'll be so surprised to know that some schools still use black is it blackboard or chalkboard?
Blackboard.
Chalkboard.
Chalkboard.
Board. A blackboard in Nigeria. Even in this community where I am currently, they've not had lights since I've been here. So it's in this kind of community you want to introduce tech into. So we still have a very long way to go. The new
Hmm.
curriculum, they came with the new curriculum, they introduced a lot of technical courses into it, which is a good step. But application process, how do we apply these things
Yeah.
when we do not have infrastructures, when we do not have manpower? There's a part where they put data analysis. I'm like, do you
Who is
think you would get thank you you see, you are thinking. Oh yeah. Who we teach that course, or is it that you
Yeah.
will not get a data analyst and want to pay him peanuts to teach your students?
Compared to what is earning.
Do you get? Let me say that
Yeah.
we still have a very,
Long
very
way.
long way to go. A very long way to go. The private sector, I think they are getting it. They
Mm.
because I mean they charge. I mean, when I say
Yeah.
private sector, I don't want to use the whole private sector. I mean, the ones that know what they are doing. I'm very particular
Yes.
about because I've seen private schools that are just mushroom schools, and they
Yes.
don't.
Yes.
So the ones that know what they are doing, and I feel like they're making progress and what's not. But also AI, I feel like AI is a leverage that we can look into. Again, it has
Mm.
its ups and downs. Downs
Yeah.
can be a lot if it is not actually moderated.
Maintain. Yeah. If it's
And
not control.
it's sort of one of my research work, AI in the most community. But let's just see how it goes, honestly, with the education system in Nigeria, because we have a very long way to go. I know, personally, I know so while I'm shifting, the idea is so that they would actually get infrastructures so
Mm.
that we can actually facilitate this process in the school. But the way I think is, I know this government, and I'm not the kind of person that I want to keep waiting till they come. What can we work with right now? Let's just move on
Yes.
instead of
Yes.
trying to wait.
God
That's why
bless you. God bless
I'm,
you.
I'm moving into AI. AI has its cons.
Yeah.
It
A
has
whole lot.
cons a whole lot, but at the same time, it has a lot of pros if we can use it rightly. And I think that most public schools can actually leverage on it right way. But the problem I have with AI is that the students are now very lazy. I feel like so I was having this thought yesterday, and I'm like, I've seen so many conversations around AI, and people are like, oh, it's terrible for students. And I see it with my students. I see that they can't process information deeply. They just do cut and paste. They don't even
Yes.
understand what they're writing. I
Yes.
see it.
Yeah.
But personally, for me, I use AI a lot. In fact, I don't use ChatGPT, I use Gemini. I don't know if I called
Yeah.
that right, but my expert Gemini. So I use Gemini a whole lot, and it has helped me so personalized with research and all of those things. It has made my life very easy. I won't say lie. But I think this is what I'm going to say this. I said I was going to write about it, but let me just say it here. I
Yeah.
think the problem is because our generation we went through the rigorous process of
Of thinking.
learning
Yes.
thinking. So we see AI as what it is, an assistant. But you see
Yes.
this current generation
Is it as the
and they're
main
using
thing?
it as the main thing. So and we're
Yeah.
this era of digitalism whereby if you need something, what people are not bothered about, oh, can I
Yeah.
understand? They can just bring out their phone. If they have data, they have
As long as
access
it
to
can be supplied at the instant, they are done. They are okay.
they're done, they're okay with it. But we went through the rigorous process of learning the multiplication table, even though
Yeah.
we are like, why did I do this? If you miss 2 times 5, 10, you
Yeah.
are going
I'm going back.
if you if you are
Yeah.
so unlucky, you are so unlucky to be the teacher that said okay say multiplication table 1 to 12 and you make a mistake in 12 times 5, you are going back to 1 times 10. So we have gotten used to the rigorous process of learning, the deep
Mm.
learning process to stay with that information until we
Yeah.
understand it. They do not have that because we see education watered down so
Mhm.
terribly. Then they
Yeah.
now have something that can now show them that okay, do I even need a teacher? Some people literally they know what they are doing. They don't go to school again. Just go to school and write your exam. Homeschooling.
Yes.
But it's just something that we can actually use in public schools. For example, I'm talking about AI now. For
Mm.
example, you want to teach your students certain things, you want to explain certain concept to them, you can just browse online. There's even this lab, if there are online labs, you can so even if you don't have access
Yes.
to
Love.
material. Yeah, there's virtual reality, augmented reality, and the rest of it.
Yes.
It's something that we can actually like infiltrate into our system since we do not have money for for infrastructure. So our government do not seem to care about
Yeah.
infrastructure to the large extent. So I think we can still work with it. If the students are trained rightly, I think it's cool.
And if the person that wants to teach them also knows the right thing to do.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's also That's also like a problem. We have teachers that are scared of AI. We have
Yes.
people not willing to embrace AI. People not even AI, say ordinary tech. Let's leave AI alone. Ordinary
Yeah.
tech. We have teachers that are struggling to even handle their smartphones. They can't even
Mm.
work with a system. So how do
How did
you
you want to?
want to transfer this knowledge to kids? And again, I'm speaking public school wise, right? Because I
Yeah.
would love to believe public school you don't have those issues. So teacher wise too, we also have to deal with the bias that comes with technology, bias that comes with AI, and get everybody on board in a sane manner.
Yes. It's really heartbreaking sometimes. And I mean, where I am,
Yeah.
the first day I went to one of the classes for like kids, and I discovered they don't even have whiteboard or chalkboard. Like they have this, I think it's smart board. This smart board. Like that's what they are using. Like it's just
Yes,
display.
smart board. Yes.
The teacher is not writing anything. She's just playing things. You can relate. Teaching age that is like on screen. I mean, from kids, like from two. That's what they are using. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, we have a long way, a
Very long
long,
way.
a long
Very long.
way to go.
Very
Like,
long way to. And
well, one of
just
yeah.
okay. Just
No,
to
you
add
can.
to, I remember you said something about lesson plan. My sister, I still write lesson note though. Paper
Wow.
and pen, paper
Yeah.
and pen. I still do. So I think our system entirely needs to. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be a struggle because when a teacher does not even know how to make presentation slides, you don't want me to do that for every class. Then also infrastructure wise, we don't have the facilities that
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure that can facilitate those processes. But I think there's a skill gap. There's a skill
Yes.
gap when it comes to teachers entirely. So even though we want to see tech, we still have issues with teachers being able to handle all of those things, which is a very smart move, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you don't have to stress yourself about being writing lesson note, paper and pen. When it's something you can just do
Yeah.
online and just get your materials
Pick
and what's
materials, yeah, and put them together. I was
yeah.
going to ask now if we are saying is an issue for teachers to use it. Now, for this group of teachers who studied education in school, do you think they are even this AI tech usage and tech putting tech into your education skills or everything? Do you think it's being taught in the university as well? Is it inculcated in the university syllabus for them to learn, and then when they become teachers, they're able to use it?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. Thank you so much. So we have we did a course. My major, I'm currently majoring in education technology, but we did it in university. I mean, undergrad, as an undergrad.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I recall what we were taught in that course, it was about audio, video, like mode of video communication. We
Yeah.
didn't even really, okay, that was where I saw smart board in action, but we didn't really exactly. I think we did a presentation on it just once, but we didn't really handle it. We were not actually taught. There is a course, right? But the process of learning was not done per se. And okay, I didn't thank God you didn't mention my yeah, I'm studying. The,
God, I beg.
I was telling my friend that this curriculum is so outdated. You can't tell me
Outdated.
I'm studying education technology and we're still doing the basics of radio production, video production, video production in the sense of like I want to make video online and post because
Hey, instead of using like online like whiteboard, animation.
you see the way you are thinking. I love it. You're not even in the education field, but you are thinking that way because you don't
Oh Jesus.
let me feel sane. Like I'm not crazy. I know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We can't be so I would say that most of these courses are there, but again, it could be outdated. Again, I would still like to emphasize on the kind of school because I would
Mm.
love to live. I don't know. I love to believe that private schools, I mean universities, will do better as regards that. But yeah, during my time, I don't know if it's better now, but during my time,
Nothing
there
like
was,
that.
and
And I
the thing is, I've realized now that especially from secondary school, that this thing ought to be from, like, we have to learn these things from school, because
mm-hmm,
we are moving to AI. We are already in AI. Still moving to we're already
already.
working we're already in AI era, right? And
Mm,
literally, a teacher may not necessarily be needed if a child can actually prompt AI very well to, like, break down things to him or her. But
mm,
one of the ways that you can actually test your student, you can fine work with AI. I don't have issues with that, but create a video on a particular topic for me. That's your project.
yeah.
So it forces the child to learn the process, to research, do with AI, but I
Yes.
still want to see you do something tangible.
Mm,
So I'll try to say that some of these things we ought to have learned it along the line.
mm,
So a child should not, university students should not be, you're surprised that university students don't know how to make slides. That bad. But if
sorry.
it's something that we've inculcated into the system from primary school, secondary school, even this, you see outside the country, they do this science fair display board thing. It's part of
Flashcards.
flashcards. They do
Do you know
the
I
job.
made a presentation? I was
Yeah, I
telling
saw it.
somebody this. I was telling somebody this that the person was asking me for my grade, and I was like, my grade is amazing. Like I'm not getting as much as I know I deserve. But like one of my assignments, which was a presentation stuff, like I did my presentation because I always out even if I'm using AI, which I really don't, I would still ensure that my brain is 70% in that thing I'm doing.
Nothing.
And then
Yes.
the lecturer gives me a feedback to say, "Oh, my presentation was good, but I did not use flashcards." And I was like, "You wanted visuals, I gave you visuals. You wanted
Yes.
speaking to slides without reading, like full understanding of what I'm doing. I gave you that. And you tell me that
Nah.
I didn't use flashcards." And I was make it make where I'm coming from, even
Do you
slides being
do you
used.
see? Do you see the problem now? You are not feeling it because it's right there. They do this thing right from primary school. Make project, make
Yeah.
slides as assignments. So you expected that you should know this thing. Do this. You should have known that you want to make
Oh,
flashcards. You should have
it
known that you
pained
want
me.
to make.
Oh. Well,
Sorry. Yeah,
oh my god.
that's one of the. That's
Honestly,
one of the.
there's really just a lot to this thing. And it's why we think that the world is making progress, like digitalization is not waiting for anybody. People are like smartly making things using AI and every other thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say, but it's like Nigeria is not going. Like we are not. And it vexes me because we will sometimes say we don't have those gadgets, but do you know it's a lie? You know we actually have the gadgets. Some
Mm.
students have the baddest phones. Baddest is not a good word, I'm sorry, but for this conversation, they have the baddest phones and laptops, but all they can do with it is watch TikTok, not even create content on TikTok, watch TikTok or watch Netflix. That is all. Like,
That's
guy, you have a sophisticated gadget and you cannot do anything. I was speaking
that's
to one lady, she studied, I think, mass comm. She was serving last year. And
mm.
I was asking her, wanted to type something, and I was like, okay, you know what, just type it, send it to me, I'll print. And she was like, she doesn't know how to use MS Word.
What
It
mass
took
comes to.
everything in me to say, are you sure you graduated?
That should
Like,
have been your. That
she
really
would
sweet.
beat me. She's bigger than me. She will
Because you
beat
would
me.
have.
I was pained to the marrows. I'm serious. As a last year, she was probably using iPhone 16. She has a laptop. She has a tab. She has the three. She changes
And
her
you can find
hairstyle like
this one.
almost every week. It's not somebody that is suffering or somebody that doesn't have access to
To
resources.
those things.
And you could
Right.
not type on MS Word as a graduate.
That's terrible. How did she do her projects?
I don't know.
Maybe
Most
those
likely
that outsource their project. Yeah.
somebody did the project.
Somebody did
So
the project for her.
yeah, honestly, it's odd because we really have a
Mhm.
long way to go.
A very
It's
long way.
painful. It's painful
Very.
sometimes when I see things like that. It's very painful and annoying. And that's why sometimes I'm like, if I teach in university, I will bring cane and flog some children. The child you that they did not beat in primary school is in university, they will beat. They
We'll be
will
so
beat.
that we can't even use. You we
Yeah,
so that we can't really use cane in public school anymore.
you can't though, my dear. Gentle parenting and gentle teaching, everybody will be
Yeah.
okay.
They do that meeting for make them know is what I want to use. Just
Is
let
it
me
gentle?
start.
Oh Jesus,
I
Jesus is
came
Lord.
I came to this community, right, and I was trying to do like gentle parenting, gentle teaching,
This
for lack
teaching,
of better words.
yeah,
Gentle parenting with my students. Oh, my, they show me shige. I have to change my method. Like, no, there have to be a mix of. I can be very
discipline.
firm when I need to be firm, but you see that you know the thing is people are abused to see something that is wrong as right. So for example, if you're not shouting or if you have not said you are very stupid, they don't think they are doing something wrong. So I can see something like, oh, what are you doing there? A normal child should know that. I feel like I'm doing
Yeah,
something wrong.
check yourself.
No, that's gentle parenting, right? It doesn't work here. You have to say, are you stupid? Real way. Before it hits them.
Wow.
So they don't know. So when you're now like you're trying to be cautious with the words you say to them, they feel like, oh,
Mm,
you're weak. You're weak. You can't be firm like other teachers and all of those things. I had to now strategize and say, no, 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 no. It
we
cannot
can't do
continue.
this. Yes.
When I go to a school that requires gentle parenting, that's if I do. I don't think I would. If I do, we can we can change the method. But it's a terrible thing, like you said. And the
It
fact
is.
that they do have access to, at least most of my students have access to phones. You will give them assignments. Okay, I'm a class teacher, right? So some of my students, a chemistry teacher gave them assignments. You know when you use Gemini or any chat, I don't know about ChatGPT. There's a
Yeah.
line. It's so Gemini does it works in chunks, right?
Yeah.
This student printed it the same way. I know
What?
Gemini will not ask you, oh, would you like to go further into kiddie?
Oh, even with that. Jesus.
Word for word, line for line, everything like
More
that.
AI
Okay,
usage.
I
Even
think
if you
that
want
is
to
not
use AI, can you be wise?
very wise. I think that is not crazy enough. Oh yeah, explain what you've
What you
written.
did? Mm, nothing.
Problem, problem. Honestly, honestly, it's not that they don't have phones. I feel like if we during our time had access to this, uh oh,
Like we would
would
have done good.
have gone a long way. Would have gone a very very long way than this. Honestly, so I don't
I
think
think there's a lot to do, and I think
a lot.
I have two things I want to ask you probably, but I have an assignment I want to give you. I don't know
Is
if it's
that
okay to say.
saying?
Yeah, I want to give you an assignment. I want to give you a project because it's really paining me right now, and I think in the field, I think it would help. I'll give you an
Okay.
assignment to bridge the gap of tech and teachers, like letting helping teachers um know from the basics of not tech, like not even Gemini, tech of
Yeah.
even just using a phone or opening a laptop and doing something as basic
Yeah.
as that can be.
Mm.
Honestly, I think we need it at this point because if you that you're going to be transferring knowledge, you don't have the knowledge about something that would help you, then that's a disaster.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
serious
It's
disaster.
very, very important. Very
Yeah.
important. It, it's I don't know about other states. This is a very fine point you noted. Honestly, it was only one of my was going to be. It would have been a part of my projects for
Yeah.
PTC. But there are several modalities to it in the sense that what time exactly do you want to actually teach that
Mhm.
teacher to use that tool? Currently, I'm the only biology teacher in my school, so that means I'm teaching SS1, SS2,
Yes.
SS3, then SS1 A, B, C, D.
Mm?
Yeah, yes, I'm supposed to teach them alone. So if you have it, and most teachers, some teachers also have that kind of workload, then be the kind of salary. Do you know that? See, in this nation, it's I don't like even talking about this country because it just give me headache. Especially the education system, it gives me a lot of headache because they're supposed to go for training regularly, even
Okay.
sometimes a paid training, right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you say that you want to organize a program for teachers, there are several modalities to it. You go to this one, you go to that one, you go to that one, right? Apart from that, then the teachers themselves, they'll be like, why? Is it going to fetch them money? Right.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I honestly, I feel like I'm still here because I'm not married. I do not have like greater responsibilities because I wonder how they cope. Married people. So someone that has a lot of load on his head or her head. I'm thinking
Mm.
about family, yet to eat, all of this things like that. We now
Then
tell
you
him
have
to sit down, let me
training.
teach you. It's only if they are passionate about it and they want to learn it, it's easier for us to do that. But
Yeah.
we'll see what the Lord will have us do.
Yeah. I think we need to see what the Lord would have us do because
Just Lord will have us do, honestly. We'll
that's
see.
fine. So maybe I'll just ask this one and then we'll just wrap it up there. Um,
Okay.
so where I am, they have like special needs, special education,
Okay.
special education. There's
Special needs education.
SEND, I don't know the full meaning, but yeah, special education. And of course, like that requires sometimes you have like a teacher and an assistant to each child because of
Yeah.
the condition of the child. In Nigeria, how do you think, do we value this thing? Do we think is important? If although sometimes here, sometimes I think they overdo it. Sometimes I was telling somebody, I said sometimes I think it's the demon that is oppressing these children. Carry these children and spank them. This the need for special. Oh
Oh
God, I'm
my
not that this video will reach public people, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a child of God and a Yoruba child
God. No, I
raised
feel
by
you.
an African mother. So, okay, but
Um,
educationally speaking, special education, how are we doing in Nigeria? How are we trying to accommodate special needs children and provide things that will really help them learn at their own pace and in a way that they would learn and catch up with others?
okay. I think that whew, I would say we are making progress. I don't think because special needs education is something that is just like you said, somehow in our own country, why living like that, only water straight, deliverance straight. They don't even know what that
Yeah.
child is being. But I think we made significant progress in the fact that we know things like sorry, I don't know their names. I know their names, but I can't really remember their names. Also when the child cannot solve problem, cannot solve maths problem, cannot write very well,
Dyslexia,
dyslexia and the rest like that.
yeah,
Now there's awareness is being made about it, which was not so
yes,
years
before.
back.
Mm.
So I think it's a gradual process which can actually be hastened. But the thing is the complexity of um, the classroom. In a class, you're supposed to be one. The ratio is supposed to be 1 to 20 students, one teacher to 20 students.
Mm.
Where we yeah, that's supposed to be the ratio. But where you see that in Nigeria, where you have 80 students in a class, 60 students in a classroom,
To
and
one teacher.
most of these things are even undiagnosed. So
Yes.
you see a child and the child cannot solve mathematical problem immediately. You are
They
no
just
do this
out.
one, you are that
Yeah.
one. Da. The child don't know help matters. The child will be so playful on top. it's it's a terrible thing, right? But I know that we have special needs school now in the
Okay.
country. We have it's I feel like it's actually gaining more awareness than years back. It could
Mm.
be way better. It could be way better because we have like undiagnosed cases and all of those things like that. But yeah, and also teacher training as regards that. There's special school. There's the special school for education. I mean, special education school, special school for education. One of them,
Yeah.
so it could. I feel like it could be better. I'm not really in depth in that field, but it's. I feel like it's better because I see people creating awareness about it, and it's
Yeah.
better. And to mention something about the UK education system, you're UK, right? Well, let me use UK education system. I think I've had contact with the system one way or the other. Like I understand
Yeah.
some of the things they do. Not in a broad scale, like just little here, little here. I
Mm.
think that in a way it's not it I like what they do, but at the same time they have issues which they are also noticing. Like the thing that you said that sometimes they do too much. Some a child is misbehaving and just like, oh, leave him, he's at that pace of his learning and make that waff.
God have
When I say
mercy.
maybe I don't like okay beat the child and all of those things, but I think that sometimes the UK system tries to like they give this propaganda of this is who you are. So I know that
From
for
childhood.
okay, eh?
From childhood. So
Yes,
the child has a voice, the child has a right. Even your own child is not your
yeah.
child. Yeah, it's not your
The
child.
child is different from me and all of those things. But when it comes to even classroom, they have this test that they do for a child, and each in a way it's good, right? But they don't really push the child to be better. Just that oh, that's the way he is. He's doing fine. I've seen cases of where people
Yeah.
come online and say that the child is 7 year old and cannot write, and the school keeps saying he's okay. So they do
It's
this thing
okay.
like when they categorize learners. They say that oh,
Mm.
this is this thing, is this level. So is a
Yes.
person at this
Yes.
level. And I've seen it in their exams too. This IGCS and the rest, of GCS and the rest, they
Mm.
have different grades. There's foundation grade, there is higher education grade. So if you are going for if you know your level, stick to the level of your exam.
Level for
So
you.
yeah, so I'm wondering where. So that's why I don't want to say categorically why because people have come out of and to say I feel like there's a problem with that
Yeah.
because our system will push you. I don't know about now current because I mean,
Mm.
but when I was growing, you will learn two times table. With your mates
By
and not
fire,
you will
by
find a
force.
way. But this one, you're like, oh, that's the child's space. That's his space. Let him. So a
Yeah.
child can still play at two times table, 1 year, 2 years, three.
Still on it.
Why?
I,
What is
I don't know the
happening?
background, but I think maybe they also had situations that pushed them to get to that point of letting children just learn at their own pace. And
Mm,
you know what? Don't push too hard. If the ch- if a child says, "I don't want to write here," I'm serious. The child is not writing. You will just hear,
can
you
you
know what? Just
imagine?
take the book away, and if you want to come back to it, and if you decide he's not coming back to it for the remaining 8 hours of the day, my darling, that's all. It's not doing anything. So, I'm
These
serious.
are the issues. These are the
Yeah,
issues.
I don't know the background, but I kind of feel because I mean they are well versed in research and they are well versed in tech and everything. So I think there will be a reason why they've shifted to
Mm,
this kind of learning and kind of child handling method. I think there would be a reason.
maybe,
It might not be
yeah.
helping though. I mean,
It's not helping actually. Yeah, so their system there is you own your education. So you pass, you don't pass is your
that's
problem.
fine.
You're fine, you're okay, you're good. You want- So
They
it's
don't.
good in a way that it can help a child discover himself if he has like special
Yes,
place
yes,
around him.
and there's
That for
nothing
me,
like um, there's nothing like you finish high school, you don't want to go to college. It's okay. It doesn't make you less in society.
yeah,
You don't want to go
yes,
to university. It's fine. It doesn't make you a subject of your peers. So I
yes.
it's like a struggle. The system makes sense, and the system sometimes doesn't make sense. I was telling someone that in even in university, if you decide that your brain is hot, you can step out of the class. You can decide you are taking a break for 2 weeks. Yes, mental health issue is a serious one. If you
Seriously.
like, if you just any little thing like I can't cope, I can't grasp again, bro, they are going to leave you alone. No, go and be fine, then come back.
So where does tenacity come in? Where does I don't
You
know.
will learn it. It's not by force.
It's
It's
not
like
my
you people that are
fault.
making life. It's you people that are making life hard. This
Honestly, me
that's
yeah,
so quite
bye.
tenacious, but I mean, if the person decides, okay, I just want to. Education is not for me. Higher education is not for me. So in whatever I'm doing, the person is cool with it. So the person can show tenacity in that field,
In
not
that field.
necessarily
Yeah,
in not necessarily
yeah.
in formal education.
Informal
So
education.
that's a good side about them. They're
Yeah,
this is what
yeah,
you can do, go for it. And it's nice.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's also something that I've like past few months come to terms with. I like senior school. If you're done with senior school, I tell my students it's okay if you don't want to go to university. Some of them
Yes.
are highly skilled, like they're learning they're passionate about being a tailor. Why are you going to university? Yes,
Start
it's
in
just
fashion. Go to fashion school.
thankfully we have schools like Yaba Tech where they like go in depth
Yeah.
into practical
Skills.
stuff. Go there, you will get that degree you're looking for. Go there instead of you going to. So yeah, it helps like identify like a child's strength,
Yes.
all of those things, which I think is something that we can actually adopt into our system. Our system is quite rigid,
We are
and it will
very
be
rigid.
so it's very rigid. It would be so nice if we can have that because we imagine me sef, if you tell me you just have only O levels, I'm gonna give you the side that like
Why?
colonoscopy. What happened to the degree? So
Yeah.
I think society's perception too. If we can actually, I was listening to this man. I've forgotten his name now. There was a podcast with Apostle Femi Lazarus and one very educated professor that had so many
Okay.
experience, and it just gave me so many light bulb moments. And this thing can actually work if we
Mhm.
want it to work in this country. It's something about you don't skills. Let them focus on skills. Let them have like
Yes.
this is what will drive the economy of the country. If he gave a very interesting example, said something like, "Oh, if we have a graduate or people or a school whereby they are able to produce vehicles or something, the government can take charge of the project, right? Even ensure that every government staff is using that vehicle.
Yes.
It pushes it into the economy, and that is
Mm-hmm.
why years ago I was for this propaganda that it will make much more sense when politicians make their children school in the
School here.
country, not
Yeah.
private school, public school.
Public schools.
I promise you, you'll be so shocked of what will happen to public school system. You will
Well,
be so
that's true. That's true. Out of reverence for the father of who is in the school.
they would
Mm.
want to, of course, work on the school and ensure that it is working. But you see situation whereby we can't push our own products, everything import, 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 because the government
Yeah.
too is also importing everything they use. So who is going to push the Nigerian market? But if we
Yeah.
actually have system whereby students go to school, and that is another annoying thing that we see. People just go to school, they do not you can't come out and say that this person went to school and can stand up and make a critical decision
At
for your
all.
life. You just want to stay and just flow with society. It
Yeah.
baffles me. I also think that maybe it's like my kind of person. I'm always thinking of the next stage. This stage I'm
True.
in currently, I
Thought
decided I was
about
going to
it.
do this 2018.
Yeah.
2018. But we have people that just want to live life anyhow because maybe they've not discovered their passion. I don't really believe in that discovery of passion, but I mean passion can be
A
gained. But
purpose.
this is the one thing you are meant to do in this life.
Purpose discovery. Hmm.
That thing afflicted me. Eh. Hey, I'll be thinking. what's the one thing I'm supposed to do in my life? Still find that day. But I think that if you can actually infuse like these things whereby a child can go to university and can come out and stand on his own
On
or her own,
yeah,
and
on
if
his
you
own.
go to school, good and fine, it will change the new curriculum they brought. Amazing, beautiful. We have nice courses there, but it can't start at the junior school and the senior school level. It has to start from
Mm,
the primary school, the crèche. How do
okay.
you it starts from there. The primary school
Yeah.
curriculum. Let me say crèche. Primary school curriculum, even crèche too. Even crèche. I've seen videos where these guys in China, they see the younger ones. What they do, they give them tasks to do. They don't go to school to
Yes.
learn ABCD. No, how to
So
fold clothes, how to
practical
do
things.
motor
Mm-hmm.
skills. They are building at that stage. Ah, honestly, I don't know how to say this, but we
Yeah.
really need to meet up with
We need
our
to make it
education.
work better.
We really need
And
to make it work.
there's a lot to be done, but like you said in one of your sentences that it's not about determining or waiting for what the government will do. That's one of the things I hate
Yeah.
it when people are like government is go see they are see just leave them. That's who they are. What can
Uh,
you as a person do to now make the situation less difficult than it is, to make situation better? So in
mhm,
our small way, in our little way, what can we do? How can we make it better from our environment and then get it to expand to larger spaces? And I think
mhm.
that's what people need to know more on it. On a final note, what would you tell um, that person that just finished secondary school and wants to study education, or that person that was given an education course to study? What will you say to the person?
Um, okay, I saw my advice will come in a very tricky way. Honestly, if it's not something you do not want to do, write jam next year again. There's no need wasting so much. I'm tired of seeing unqualified teachers everywhere. Don't just go there to mark attendance. If it's not something that is your something you want to do, I don't want to use the word passion. Um, you can actually wait another year. But if you actually gain admission into education and you want to do it, I think you're making a very good decision. And beyond the society, beyond what the system looks like, find what it means to you as a person.
Yeah,
Let it have a personal meaning to you. Let it have your own core, have a personal mission, personal value system as regards it. Thankfully, we are in a world whereby you can access education everywhere. You can be where you are and you're teaching somebody. People are actually making money from education system currently in
sure.
Nigeria. Just that it's going to bounce back in the system in the sense that the smart ones are leaving the system.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
true.
can actually be system as actually. Education is not as that's was that quote of it's poor people's job and all of those things. Trust me,
Yes, it's
it's
not that. Yeah,
it's not. And you could actually work your way into you can push yourself. People that are teaching in all those top schools, people are there teaching. So you could actually if it's something you're very passionate about, please go for it and just put yourself into it and you'll be fine.
thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. And this is very ironical to the you that wanted to come here. I know you were having like, oh, what did I say? Oh. But
That's
yeah, we
you
forgive
have
you.
to ask. I have to ask.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you shared.
Thank you so
Personally,
much
I
for
think I've
having me.
learned more and maybe a little bit more concerned and more interested in education in the country. And probably on this note, I would appreciate is it Teach for Nigeria? Yeah, Teach for Nigeria and every other educational body, people
Yeah.
that do school and everything. I think we need to give them their flowers. Um,
Yes.
trying to make a
Yes.
difference and with little or no support from government or whatsoever
Mm-hmm.
organizational body that's supposed to be in control. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you. So every good teacher out there, thank you. We are products of teachers, and we do hope to be better teachers for the generation that is coming in any way we can. Thank you so much for doing this with Clarity series.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. Thank you. I had so much fun. I feel like I really like talking about education. So every opportunity I get to actually talk
Yeah.
about it. So
Yes,
thank you so
we can
much.
see your passion. Don't worry. We can see it. We can smell it. We can hear it. It's loud.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you for the work you do with Clarity series too. Thank you. I mean, I think it's very important because especially for young people that leave go out of school, they do not
Yeah.
really know what they want to do. But anybody that comes across your YouTube channel, you can see several courses. I've seen accounts, I've seen biochemistry, I've seen, so they can actually just have a glimpse into what it looks like for them and know, okay, do I want to do this or I don't want to do this. So
Yeah.
well done. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for pouring this out into this.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. See you in our next episode. Bye. Yeah.
Yeah.